Okay. Hello, this is Kevin the Brick Row, but yeah, this is my third channel, which is gonna be like just talking about random stuff. I know that was my original channel, which is Kevin the Brick Row, where I just talk about random stuff, but I'm thinking of turning that channel into more of a commentary channel, where I just talk about random topics. What like kind of like this channel, but instead it's gonna be mainly focused on stuff that's happening on the internet. But yeah, so this might be focused. So this is gonna be focused on just sort of just random stuff. Like, I like one day I might upload a video on things that I don't like about the art community, and the next time I upload a Roblox gaming video. You know, just so I can just have fun on this channel. So yeah. So if you are subscribed to this channel and you just see random video because of maybe this video, because this is an art rant about the art community, and you see a video where I just play Roblox, yeah, that might happen sometimes. So yeah, but um I so I would just want to say please subscribe. If you don't, you will wake up in a fursuit tomorrow. Yes, I did talk to the head of furries, and he will, and they will have their gang of furries gang up on you in the middle of the night, stuff you in a fursuit, and um, ship you away to FurryCon, and you won't be allowed to wear a mask. So when you come back home, you'll also have corona. Alright, no, I probably shouldn't say that. No, I shouldn't say that at all. Alright, no, but... Alright, no, you'll just be in a furry costume. You'll wake up as a furry, and you'll have the sudden urge to buy a bunch of furry items and become a TikTok furry. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. The corona part, but yeah. So, yeah, I know this is kind of weird, because the thumbnail is well, not because the gameplay is Roblox and this is an art video. But yeah, so yeah, things I hate about. Alright, so let's just stop prolonging this video. Things I hate about the art community. So number 5 is well, no, this isn't in any really particular order. So I'm just gonna name off um one of my biggest pet peeves, and this is more about like with beginner artists, with like more experienced artists to beginner artists, is that when people tell you to just practice, because you know, first of all, that's kind of that's kind of insulting to newer artists, because that's basically telling them, yeah, you don't practice enough or at all, which is just, yeah, like the courses are practicing. New and young artists have a very, like, when they get into art, they have a lot of ideas that they want to draw, but they don't really know how to draw it. So they'll just try their best and they'll keep practicing. And because I remember because I remember when I would ask people for advice, they would tell me, "Oh, just practice." And I did, and my art style before was actually not. It wasn't that good, you know. My characters just looked off always. Like there was just something about them. It might have been because they had no necks, but yeah. Um. So yeah. So that's just, and also because, well, that doesn't really help. They're asking you how to get better. They're not asking you. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't help. Because when they ask, when younger new artists ask for advice, they're asking for something a lot more, like, it's a lot more complicated to put into words, because sometimes they need help with multiple topics, with multiple things, like how do I get better at anatomy if they're doing character design, or how do I get better with color palettes. It's just, yeah, so they don't really know how to put all of those into words of what to ask. So yeah. So so oh, so let me just Alright. So something so advice I have for beginner artists is look up tutorials, because for me, tutorials really helped. They helped me get better at drawing anatomy. They helped me get better at just understanding, basically, just how to make because I'm into character design. I like to just like draw characters, and it helped and tutorials help me realize, like, oh well, this, it may look cool, but is it practical? Or if you're just trying to draw a character design, I guess you could just, put so you put just a bunch of cool stuff that you think is cool. But if you're trying to create a story with them, because I like to just create stories with my characters, you need to think of things that would be practical. So sure, you may want to give them two different colored eyes, but is that what does that really do for their character? So yeah, you of course can still put it, but it would be just a little thing that would just be there. And depending on whether your character is farther away or a lot more, or it's just, and depending on what colors you have, just two different colored eyes just might not work. So yeah, so that's my advice for newer artists, is to look up tutorials, because tutorials will really help you a lot. So yeah, my second pet peeve with the art community is the "where are her organs" argument. Now, typically you'll always see this with characters and it's usually with female characters. That's why it's "where are her organs," because you almost never see this with male characters. So yeah, so it's and this argument is always put with is always commented underneath a drawing of a girl with really exaggerated proportions, like with a very exaggerated hourglass figure. They'll be like, "Oh, where are her organs? Her organs would not physically be able to fit in her body." So yeah, stuff like that, and that just, and then I also see comments with images, and this is and this is almost always on Twitter. So yeah, and I'll see comments with images with realistic women drawings, and it just that doesn't really help, because, well, it's more of a stylized. That's why if they were trying to do it realistic, it would be very weird. So yeah. So because if you stylize your art, you're able to to exaggerate things more. If you draw in an anime style, it would be normal for you to exaggerate the eyes. If you draw in like a more like cartoony style, it would be more um what's the word? Alright, it would be normal for you to exaggerate things the the things the well it would well actually this just goes for everything. If you draw in like a cartoony or anime style, whatever style you draw in, you can exaggerate things if it's not supposed to be like really realistic. You can exaggerate a lot of things. Like with anime, most of the time they exaggerate the eyes and the hair. With cartoons, with Western cartoons, they exaggerate things like the head or the yeah or the length of the arms and legs. Sometimes the arms are shorter than than a normal human's arms, or sometimes they're longer. So yeah. So if you so that doesn't really help more artists whose art is more stylized. It tells them that their art sucks. So yeah. So if you see a picture of if you see someone post their art and you see that it's a cartoony style, do not and the proportions are exaggerated, do not comment with a picture of realistic body types, because it's stylized. And also, the argument with where are her organs, she doesn't have organs. She's a drawing. So yeah. So my third pet peeve with the art community is reposters and art theft. So yeah, this is a very common thing to hate about the art community, because it is understandable why you would hate this. Imagine you work on a piece for days, maybe even months, and you post it online only just for some complete some complete idiot, um, some retarded um, idiot just to take your piece into Photoshop your signature out of there, and then claim that it's theirs. And if anybody watching this does this, please feel free to jump off of a building. And yeah, and for people who are angry at this, I think they're and it's actually really sad, because sometimes people they'll post that art and they'll post it on websites like Redbubble, where they put it on shirts and just sell that design, and the artist has no. Now, I think I'm not a lawyer. I think that there are ways to stop this, but sometimes there isn't ways to stop it. Like if you draw a character that's a copyrighted IP. So if you draw a character like Batman, Wonder Woman, Iron Man, Spider-Girl, Captain Marvel, if you draw characters like that, I don't think there is a way to just to claim copyright. There might be, but I don't know. But if it's like your own character that you created, I think there is a way, because technically that is yours. So yeah, but I don't know. I am not a lawyer. Like I said, not a lawyer. So yeah. My my fourth pet peeve with the art community is people who just who will have, this isn't really not much of a pet peeve, but it's like people who have arguments in the comments about whether, oh wait, no, that'll be number one, because no, actually no, right now I'm just gonna say it. People who have full on wars in the comments whether a character's hair should be pink or red. Yes, there are things that have happened like that. As a person who posts their art on Reddit, people will have full on debates whether a character should have pink or purple hair. So yeah. Also, alright, so now number one, it does kind of go with number two, with number three, um, which is people who fix other people's art. Now, sometimes this can be good with some, like YouTubers. Alright, let me think of some at the top of my head. Well, the only one I could really think of is Lavender Town. She has a series where she basically draws what character. So she takes a character from a movie, and a movie that's based off of a book, and she draws what the character looks like in the book, and she sees what the movie got right and what the movie got wrong about the character. So yeah. Um and but most of the time when people fix other people's art, and I'm saying fix in air quotes, it's usually by people either like put either just put coloring it in differently and saying, "Oh, look, I fixed your art," or people um like just getting rid of things that might be seen as like, yeah, but like things that might be seen as like too feminine, and or sometimes they don't even change the design. They just like sometimes they do, but most of the time, but sometimes like there's a very small part where they do like recolor it, but sometimes there's just people who would not even change anything about the character. So if the character has um like big very exaggerated feminine parts, they'll be like, "Oh, she's ashamed of it," or like she hates it when people talk about her body. So yeah, sometimes people just don't even change it. They just say that they're ashamed of their body. So yeah, well, I was expecting this video to be a lot shorter. So that's just those are 5 pet peeves I have with our community. The number 4 I mean, number 2 wasn't really a pet peeve, more just something that, I don't know, I just find it funny, just to, lighten the mood a bit, because, this is a video about pet peeves. and yeah, so and yeah, there, yeah. So I just wanted something to lighten the mood a bit, which sometimes it can get me angry. It's like, well, it's just with number two. It's just like, well, that's just the design. You don't need to have a full-on war about the design, whether someone should have a a different colored shirt. So yeah, um, yeah, I guess that's really it. Oh yeah, no, since number two wasn't really a pet peeve, I'm gonna do one more. So, um, people who like criticize young artists. Now, I'm not saying young artists shouldn't be criticized, but like I'm talking about people who just like go nuclear on young artists that or newer artists by saying, "Oh, that anatomy looks weird," or you your drawings look horrible, and it's just I couldn't really do something to people if the if when they post their art online, people will immediately tell them how trash their art is. So, no, actually, this isn't even criticizing um, young or newer artists. This is just hating on younger, newer artists, which is just um, and that can do damage to people because that could make people like hate art and just never want to pick up a pencil again unless they absolutely have to. Cause, yeah. So, but yeah, luckily that hasn't happened to me. And yeah, cause whenever I post my drawings, I get a lot of support. But whenever I go onto a a drawing on Reddit, and I see the comments, just like these people are so mean. And then, yeah, cause sometimes, yeah, and sometimes it's just now criticism. No, actually, just hating on artists, no matter how much, cause sure their anatomy may look bad, like it may look wonky, but just instead of hating on them and telling them, "Oh, your anatomy looks bad," it looks so weird. Tell them, I tell them ways to fix it because telling them it looks horrible doesn't help them. It tells them that their art sucks. So yeah. So yeah. This is my first video and um so I'll see you guys later and um that's really it. I guess I'll show off one of my drawings that I've done today. So yeah. Um Alright. The last one got me mad. So yeah. Remember, like and subscribe or else you'll wake up in a fursuit tomorrow. And I'll see you guys next time. And I guess, you know what? I'll also show my art on. I'll also show my art and show some art from r/drawing. So yeah, I guess roll those clips. Three, two, one, let's go. This drawing is from view slash. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna butcher this name, but H. Harid. So shout out to this person for making this lovely drawing of Stan Lee, and so I guess Yep, there's their Twitter and Instagram. So yeah, like, um, so yeah, so I guess let me just go show off a piece of art that I finished today. All right, here's a drawing I did of Black Widow. Um, so yeah, I just finished it today. Um, so yeah, um, I guess that's really it for the video. Um, go subscribe to the channel, like the video, and um, follow me on Instagram at Kevin underscore is at Kevin is cringe. I will be posting art on there. So yeah, see you guys later and bye.